What's up, folks? Welcome to the first TransTuesday of 2019. It's been a while. What's up, folks? Welcome to the first TransTuesday of 2019 and also the beginning of a new, dare I say, season. But first, a little bit about me. For those who are new, and those who don't remember, and those who are curious. My name is Thane Robin. I'm 27 years old. I live in Ottawa. For my medical transition, the big milestone-y numbers, I've been on testosterone for 5 years now, and I am 4 years post-top surgery. The bilateral mastectomy with Dr. McLean at McLean Clinic in Mississauga, Ontario. And this season that I'm introducing here is going to be focused on the next step of my medical transition. Alright, hey, it's Editing Thane. I thought I would just take a break here to talk about something that has been on my mind and I didn't really talk about when I was filming the episode. So what I want to talk about is gender, be it expression, my connection to gender and masculinity and femininity and all of that positioned in medical transition. When I talk about medical transition, I'm referring to, me being on testosterone, getting top surgery, getting my hysterectomy, and in about 8 weeks, phalloplasty. And all of these things fit very neat and tidy into this box of medical transition. I'm really grateful for that because it fits so neatly in there, and because the way that I typically move through this world and the way that the world views me, I fit very neatly into the box of trans masculinity that should be pursuing medical transition. And because of all of this, I've been able to access this gender affirming healthcare, and I've been able to access it in a very, I don't really know how to describe it, but in a way that it is assumed that I'm going to be pursuing these things. When I think about these things that I'm pursuing and wanting to get phalloplasty, it's not about focusing on the dysphoria, but for me it's focusing on how do I create more moments of euphoria for myself? How do I put myself more into my physical body so I can do the things that I want to do, so that I can look in the mirror and I can be like, oh, that's Thane. All right, now we have bigger fish to fry. And I'm not sure if that makes a lot of sense for you, but it makes a lot of sense for me. This is where my head is at when I'm thinking about medical transition, that it's purely just for me to be where I know I'm growing to, who I'm growing into as well. This is me, and this is right, and this is the next step for myself, and a lot of this is just a pursuit of self-awareness, of learning more about myself. And as I learn more about myself, as I learn more about who I am and who I want to be, medical transition fits into that. It plays a huge role, because as I've been able to get on hormones, that's one less barrier, one less thing that I'm thinking about. It's surreal for me to be able to look in the mirror every day and I see facial hair on my face, and I see a face that I'm like, yeah, that's who I am now. That's who I've grown into. That is right. And I'm so thankful that I was listening to myself and listening to my body as to where my path was going. And that doesn't discredit where I was before. That doesn't mean that I was any less of who I am. It's just, as I am growing, as I am learning more about myself, this is where my path is taking me, and that's exciting for me. And that's what I want to share. So the season, like I'm so excited for this season, the surgery season, and that just sounds so legit and like such a huge commitment, and that scares me. Oh god, because I have been so incredibly inconsistent with posting things and doing videos like this. So I want to set this as also a challenge for myself, to work on my consistency. And also I'm excited to share my journey, because as I was going through these things, I was so thankful for the resources and people's stories out there that I could connect with, but I was also hard pressed to find connections with people that might look like me or be in a similar location as me. And that's why I want to do this. That's why I want to share this really intimate and huge, life-changing journey with you. So we're gonna start way back, even before I decided on phalloplasty. We're gonna start on, that decision making. We're gonna be talking about how I weighed things. How did I make my choices on surgery, on surgeons as well. And we're gonna talk about my consult last, I think it was April, in San Francisco with Dr. Chen and Dr. Watt, and following that, the different things that I've done in terms of preparing. So we're going to talk about funding. We're going to talk about fertility things. I did go through egg retrieval before I had my hysterectomy. I'm going to be talking about my experience with my hysterectomy and my healing process. And then I'm also going to be talking about how am I preparing myself mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and also physically for my hysterectomy was 3 weeks ago, and phalloplasty is going to be in 8 weeks. And so having these two major surgeries in about 3 months 3 months between them, what I can't even imagine. So in all of this, also, I'm not going to really be talking about answers. I'm going to be talking about things I'm trying, things that I'm testing out, and we're going to see what sticks, what works. And so I am open, and I'm excited to hear from you. I'm excited to hear any advice and tips, hear your stories, and we're also going to be talking about lots of questions that I've had through this process. So this is going to take us up all the way until surgery. And so all I can say is thank you so much for joining me. And if you're interested, feel free to follow or subscribe. My plan is, and my goal is, to have these out every Tuesday, because, TransTuesday. Thank you so very much. Stay safe. Stay beautiful. Peace.